Boise man's hunting trip turned into a life-threatening encounter with Mother Nature.
A group of 3 friends were wrapping up a 2-week hunting trip deep in the Central Mountains. They woke up in the middle of the night to a disturbance in their campsite. What they saw was a black bear biting their friend's head. Jake Melder has more in tonight's big story.
When I looked up and I couldn't see the moon, that's when I kind of freaked out, because then I could hear the thing, actually kind of see the shadow and the figure, and then hear it huffing and puffing.
It was 2 in the morning in the middle of the Frank Church wilderness when Stephen Vouch was woken up by a top predator.
Something I felt like just pinched my hair, basically. I felt the back of my head, and it felt very wet and moist and like there was fluid.
In the dead of night, Vouch discovered he wasn't the only hunter in the woods.
We thought it was either a wolf or a bear.
Vouch was wrapping up a 2-week hunting trip with 2 buddies in the heart of Idaho. They were backpacking and rafting down the middle fork of the Salmon, hunting deer and bighorn sheep. So far, it had been uneventful. Then Vouch woke up with his head in the vise of a bear's jaw.
He planted the bottom tooth and then hinged to scrape, and then hinged again when he didn't get anything.
Waking up, he felt his head.
And that's when I realized that, am I in a dream or what's happening here? And I slowly realized when I felt the back of my head that I wasn't in a dream and this is real, and I need to find my gun as soon as possible.
Vouch couldn't find his sidearm, but his hunting buddy did, and put 2 rounds into the animal.
He climbed the tree, and we both looked out from under the tarp and saw that he was 8 feet up the tree looking down at us. Okay. And that's when we realized it was a bear that we had just shot, and now he's wounded and we're wounded, and we needed to deal with this as soon as possible.
The pair were able to shoot the bear with a rifle, bringing it down. It was then time to look at Vouch. The bear had left 2 gashes across his skull.
We cleaned out the wound with hydrogen peroxide, disinfecting wipes, and then put Neosporin in the cuts as best as we could.
With no help around and another day until a plane would come to take them out, the group decided to hunker down and rest. Vouch returned home, got checked and cleared by the doctors, and now has a hunting story he'll tell for the rest of his life.
Overall, I'd say it's very humbling, and I don't blame the bear whatsoever. He's just looking for food, and you're coming to winter. So I was the food source that was there at that time.
Jake Melder, 6 on your side.